Hello, welcome back to class. Still remains Samuel from Royal Tutors. In our last video, we started the topic divisibility rules and we wanted to take it from 2 to 5. However, we were only able to get to 3. Today, we want to finish it up. Before I go to 4 and 5, I just want to recap what we talked about. So we said to fully understand the divisibility rule, we need to start from what it means for a number to be divisible by the other. So we gave this example that 9 is divisible by 3 because you can divide 9 by 3 with no remainder. As well, we gave example of 8 being divisible by 2 because we can divide 8 by 2 without remainder. Then we attempted to show whether 12 is divisible by 5 or not, and then we realized that 12 is not divisible by 5 because it has remainder. So we said for you to know that a number is divisible by 2, you only have to check the last digit. If the last digit is divisible by 2, that means the number is divisible by 2. So we gave an example of 32, number 32. 32 has a last digit 2, which is a number that is divisible by 2. This means that 32 itself is divisible by 2. And then we gave other examples like 18964, as well as some exercises for us to practice. Then we move to 3 to say that when do you say a number is divisible by 3? A number is divisible by 3 when the sum of its digits gives a number that is divisible by 3. So as example, we picked 87. Then we said, is 87 divisible by 3? And what we did was we added 8 plus 7, and that gives us 15. From there, we were able to say that, okay, 87 is divisible by 3 because 15 is divisible by 3. We took several other examples, and today we are going to talk about divisibility rule for 4, for 5, and if possible, we can touch 6 as a bonus, if possible. Not a promise. Anyways, all right, let's get started. So for 4, when do you say a number is divisible by 4? So for you to identify a number that is divisible by 4, you need to check the last 2 digits. You need to check the last 2 digits. The last 2 digits needs to form a number that is divisible by 4. Last 2 digits form a number divisible by 4. Take note, we didn't say you add together the digits in the last 2 places. No, we said the last 2 digits must form a number divisible by 4. This shows that before you can say you want to check if a number is divisible by 4, it has to be at least 3 digits. For you to use divisibility rule anyways, it has to be at least 3 digits. So if you have number like 56, for you to know whether or not 56 is divisible by 4, you might just need to use one of the methods we've mentioned in the last video, which is you can count in 4s. Check the times table of 4. Can you see 56 there? If the answer is yes, that means 56 is divisible by 4. For you to use divisibility rule, you need to have numbers, for example, 264. 264. So what you do usually is you check the last 2 digits. The last 2 digits, we have 6 in the tens place, we have 4 in the unit place. So the last 2 digits, what number does it form? It forms 64. So you check, is 64 divisible by 4? If the answer is yes, which is actually yes, 64 is divisible by 4. This means that 264 as well is divisible by 4. If you pick another example, let's say 132. 132, you check the last 2 digits. The last 2 digits is 3 and 2. So the last 2 digits is 32. 3 and 2 forms 32. Take note, it is not like the law for 3. The law for 3, we had to add together the digits. But for this, we are not adding together the digits. What we are doing basically is that we are putting together the last 2 numbers, and then it forms another number. So 3 and 2 forms 32. So what we'll do is to check, is 32 divisible by 4? And let's see, if you count in 4s, are you going to see 32 multiples of 4? You have 4, you have 8, you have 12, you have 16, you have 20, you have 24, 28, then you have 32. Yes, that is true. Because 32 is divisible by 4, that means 132 as well is divisible by 4. All right, let's pick another example. Let's say we have 38916. This is a number 38,916. 38,916. You check the last two digits. The last two digits we have 1 and then we have 6. The last two digits, what number does it form? It forms 16. So you check, is 16 divisible by 4? Let's see. Let's count in fours. We have 4, we have 8, we have 12, we have 16. Yes, 16 is divisible by 4, which means that 38916 is divisible by 4. I will give one more example. Let's say we have 81600. Yes. So this question, this particular type of question sometimes confuses people. 00 forms a number 0. 00 forms a number 0. And 0 is divisible by 4. Because if you check the last two digits here, it's 00. And you ask yourself, what number does 00 form? 00 forms number 0. And 0 is divisible by 4. Which means that 81600, that is 81,600, is divisible by 4. 81,600 is divisible by 4. So let me give you some questions to see if you can tell me if the numbers are divisible by 4. So let's see. First one, 1896, 32152, 18619133121. Yeah. So I would like you to pause the video and then let's see if it's a number that is divisible by 4. All right, so let's see now. For the first question, it has 1,896. 1,896. So let's see, 1,896, is it divisible by 4? What we do basically is to check the last two digits. The last two digits, this gives us 96. So is 96 divisible by 4? Let's see. You have 4. I'm counting in fours now. That is the multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, uh, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, 60, 64, 68, 72, 76. Did I make a mistake somewhere? Okay, 80, 84, 88, 92, 96. Yes. So looking at it now, we have 96 as one of the multiples of 4, showing that 96 is divisible by 4, which means that 1,896 is also divisible by 4. So that's it for that. 1,896 is also divisible by 4 because 96 is divisible by 4. So let's check the next one, which is 32152. That is 32,152. Is this a number divisible by 4? So check the last two digits. We have 52. 52 from what we counted here, we see 52 as one of the numbers. Here we have 52 as one of the numbers, which means that 3,152 is divisible by 4. Then the next one, oh, what number is this? So let's try to pronounce this. This looks like 1 billion. Oh, a big number. 861 million. Oh, 913,121. How could we even have done it if there is no divisibility rule? Are we going to start counting in fours till we get to billions? Oh, all right. But because we have divisibility rule, we can easily do it, come to the last two digits, which is 21, and check 21, is it divisible by 4? From what we've counted earlier, you could see that there is no 21 here, which means that as big as this number is, we can tell that it is not divisible by 4. It is not divisible by 4. Basically, it is the rule for 4. So now we can move to 5. I can guess the one for 5, and I know that you will have even guessed it most likely correctly. So for 5, what we check if to know whether a number is divisible by 5 or not is to check the last digit. The last digit. The last digit must be 0 or 5. The last digit has to be 0 or it is 5. If the last digit is none of the two, then it is not divisible by 5. So very easy. Let's find our example. A very typical example is if you have 100. The last digit is 0. That means it is divisible by 5. If you have 205, the last digit is 5. That means it is divisible by 5. If you have 311, 311, let's see, 311, the last digit is 1. It is not divisible by 5. Why? Because the last digit is 1. Because the last digit is 1, it is neither 0 nor 5. That means it is not divisible by 5. So 311 is not divisible by 5. You can give examples by yourselves of numbers that are not divisible by 5. So just as I said before, I'm going to give a bonus law, which is the one for 6. Just a bonus. I'm not going to give example on it. I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to give you the law. If you want the explanation, maybe you can check our YouTube video. At least I think we have a video on this for KS3, Key Stage 3 students. So this one is basically for primary school students. So for secondary school students, you see there the law for 6. But let me just give you as bonus. So let me put it there. Bonus. Don't shout, okay? Don't take it out. It's just bonus. So bonus. We have for 6, to check if a number is divisible by 6, it needs to follow the rule of 2 and 3. Rule of 2 and 3. I said I won't explain it. I'm tempted to explain it, but I think I need to just hold myself. So I will write it out. Follow the rule of 2, and I intentionally put that and in capital letters. And of 3 follows the rule of 2, and the most important part of that law is the and of 3. So I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to give an example. You can try it different numbers yourself and see if you can figure it out. I think by now you should be able to identify any number that is divisible by 2, that is divisible by 3, that is divisible by 4, that is divisible by 5. At least if you still think that you don't really understand it, watch those videos, the part 1 of this and then this second part, watch them over and over again until you have a good grip on it. All right? But trust me, you are going to understand it. I know that you are smart. All right, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done that. Click on the notification button so that you can get notified. We post videos literally every day, at least one video daily. Yeah. So you need to get notified each time so that you won't miss out on any of our videos. And if you want one-on-one session, you can reach out to us as well in our comment section. You can let us know. You can put your contact details there. We'll contact you to book a class for you. Then we can, carry on from there. You must pass your exams, and that is why we are here to also help as well. So see you in the next video. Bye.